easier, I think, with TikTok in those days. Jesus could have done his little dance and everybody in the world would know about him. Be really great, wouldn't it? Maybe. I could imagine that. But it's interesting when we do look at that and we say, all right, our means of communications, how good are they? Do they actually allow us to get a message across? And I think the answer is definitely no. It seems like TikTok is stuck in just a loop of sorts, something we found funny in films, but it seems like you get, 30 seconds or so, and that's it. And it just keeps repeating and repeating, never really says anything more. One of the things that I think is difficult for us today is to understand our own position, our own role as human beings. Now, with the disciples, they knew what they had to do. They weren't very happy about it because, it probably meant martyrdom in the end. But they were going to persevere, and they didn't realize that Jesus was going to suddenly appear again. That was quite a shock. And how did they recognize him? They recognized him in the breaking of the bread. That's why we come here every week, so that we recognize Jesus in the Eucharist. Not only recognize him, but actually experience him in the reality. For us, and for Jesus, we have a very important role because we too are disciples. And let's not forget that. We are followers of Jesus. Now, whether we like it or not, we are. Let's face it. This is the big discussion. Once you're baptized, that's it. You're branded a follower of Jesus. Now, you can do nothing about it. A lot of people do. But I think maybe we should reconsider that. First of all, we've been given great gifts as persons to make us individuals, although at time and time again, social media tries to make us all one lump of humanity, all melted together. No, we're individuals. We have special gifts. God has given us gifts. Why? Because we're to share them with one another. That's why. Life would be pretty boring if we were like everybody on social media, all the same. We all jump on the same bandwagons, we all say the same things, we all have the same slogans. Now they have their purpose, but that isn't the way to live life, by slogans, by bandwagons. We are called to be special. It's as simple as that. We are to stand out, not in a boastful way, but we are to stand out. Every day we should be asking ourselves, what am I doing to fulfill the gifts I've been given? How am I contributing to my society, whether in small ways or big ways? We don't all have to be president, but we all have to be sharing our gifts. How do people recognize Jesus today, besides in the breaking of the bread? Through us. That's where we are important. Jesus uses us to make himself present to all of us. Without each of us, he is being denied an opportunity to speak, to be a part of our lives. Now, are we going to be that barrier? Are we going to be the ones who say to him, no, sorry, go to the next person. I'm taking today off. No, we are called to share those gifts. And those gifts are to be shared, not to be hoarded. I think if we start looking at ourselves that way, rather than buying into what society says is we're to be one lump of humanity, indistinguishable from one another, no, that's a waste. And if that's really true, then what are we doing here? We're all dispensable, we're all interchangeable, so what difference does it make? I don't think we really believe that, do we? By virtue of our baptism, we are made very special people. We are given gifts that we then share with one another. And so the question really is for each of us is, will people recognize Jesus by what we do and by what we say?